Hey guys, real quick, write this down. August 16th, 2025, we're going to be doing an IMNerd 1K tournament, which is free for everybody in our party member or higher tier on Patreon. This is going to be an Edison format.
Real Edison format.
That's right. Real Edison format, not the fake one. We're going to be playing real Edison format. The tournament is going to be Swiss, 50-minute rounds, no BS. And you guys know how I am. I pay out cash money straight to your PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, whatever you got. We will send you your cash that day of the tournament. But yeah, we're doing a 1K. This is just like an appreciation for all the people who have been rocking with us for a while, supporting us at the highest levels. The people in the party member and higher tiers, you guys don't have to worry. If you're already in that tier, by the way, you don't have to do anything. You are already listed as a person that can participate. And for people who have no idea what we're talking about, this is what the Patreon looks like if you go to it right now. If you are not a member already, basically what it's going to show you is that it grants entry to the IMNerd 1K tournament. So if you're in a party member, main character, optional boss, all of these give it to you, like no matter which one you join. If you are a free member, you can upgrade to the party member tier. If you are an NPC, you can upgrade to the party member tier. So just check out Patreon for that. It should be really simple.
So yeah, it's the middle of August, the 16th. It's hot outside. Turn your AC on, drink some water, play some Yu-Gi-Oh, and make some money.
There you go. And with that being said, enjoy today's video. All right, welcome back to the channel. I am here today with Tim Pontes. And I don't know if that's how you say your last name, so you help me out with that.
It's Pontes, but you know, we got there.
Tim Pontes? Okay, Tim Pontes. Because it's like Pontes, I think. Yeah, I've been saying Pontes, but it's Pontes. Okay, so Tim Pontes, you got two back-to-back tops with this deck. One in RBET in Indianapolis the same weekend as Nationals with that whole fiasco. And then you also topped Deck Devastators right after that. Deck Devastators, I don't know what number it was, 9 or 10. And I assume
actually.
It was 8. Okay. Well, that Deck Devastators that happened, which was 200 and like, I don't know, it was over 200 players. It was massive. It was like a lot of players. So honestly, that's two majors back to back that you topped with this unique frog deck. Spirit Chaos has also gone up. Spirit Chaos has gone up a lot since you have been topping with this now. And my boy Loomer, who I've actually done commentary with before, he also topped the same weekend as you with Spirit Chaos in his deck. So that just shot the card up a lot on TCG Player. Everyone's been trying to grab their copies of it and all that good stuff. So you guys have changed the market. This card's only been printed once. I'm going to hover over it real quick. This card's only been printed once, but why don't you tell me how you arrived at this deck list? Because you've been playing this for a while now. I feel like almost every time I've seen you dueling, it's usually some version of like Ultimate Offering Frogs or, you know, Junk Frogs, Ultimate Offering Frogs.
Yeah, so I originally was really just hooked on this idea of Junk plus Swap plus Offering, and I wasn't even playing any Sphere of Chaos at first. Even when I had tried one, it just seemed like kind of a bad card.
Yeah.
It's a tribute monster with 1600 attack. Just not very exciting. But when I started to lab the combos a little bit more and see just how crazy it can get with Offering plus Sphere, as well as just like how important having Sphere of Chaos is for things like deck dev, to have access to combo through deck dev, I think is really important.
That's a good point. This card is 1600, so it doesn't get deck dev'd, and it searches Junk Synchron, even if one of them got deck dev'd out your hand.
Right. And at the end of the day, like, this is a very hyper combo-y list, even though it's not at the same combo style as maybe a Dragon Turbo or Forgs, where they're just really constantly drawing with things like Heart's Consonance, Trade-In, or Moray of Greed type of things. This deck can still, you know, pop off with just a hand of 6-7 cards at any time. And I think like just seeing Ultimate Offering as this big threat that can be a win con can really mess with how people are playing their games, how they're side decking compared to how they're used to playing against frogs. Like usually you have to worry about chainable traps, and so you're scared to just, you know, blindly MST into a back row. But then all of a sudden, you know, I just have this one card that could be in the back row that could totally warp the game. I think it really just challenges the opponent, which I think in a format that's this old is important to be able to do. So yeah, I think 3 Sphere, it looks pretty crazy, but you need some plan for deck devy in every deck at this point. That's just a reality with 2 deck devs in the main for value turbo. And I also think it's just a really nice way to force your opponent to put 2 bodies onto the board, where frogs, they just do a great job at clapping back at the opponent. And Junk is just like an extra way to do that because it gives you a ton of access to things like Black Rose and Brionac and Yugioh that can just clap back so fast, as well as like even just something as simple as Catastor against something like Lightsworn or Machina. So yeah, I'm not going to lie to the public and try to argue that this deck is better than Hero Frogs or anything like that. I have plenty of Hero Frog and Forg experience myself. I've been playing just Frogs for years now.
Love that.
Yeah, I am a big Frog enjoyer, and again, I'm not in denial about where the deck stands, but I do think that if you're someone that's just trying to work on some of your technical play, that's trying to play something a little bit different, this deck is just a really fun option. And the things that you can do with Offering, it is just such a complicated card on its own in Frogs. You set it too early, it might get MST'd or heavied. It might sit there and turn you off from Treeborn Frog. It's not just this like, oh, I see it, I win kind of card. There's a lot of setup that you need to get going for a card like this. So, and then there's just also all these tricks that you have with it of summoning things as Chainlink 2. And, do you want to flip it up in standby instead of the main phase? Because then maybe if they MST there, then you get your Treeborn live. Things like this. It's just a lot that you have to think about with a continuous trap in Frogs.
Yeah, no, that's very valid. I could see locking yourself out of Treeborn if you're not prepared on how this card interacts with the deck in general. And I like that I just noticed you only play one Treeborn Frog, which makes sense. This deck isn't as reliant on Treeborn spam, and one copy in game one should be just enough because people usually don't have in Crow. I think the only deck that main decks Crow, or the only two decks that main deck Crow, are Lightsworn, which is a matchup that you don't play in most tournaments, and Machina Control, the list that do play it. Sometimes they'll play like 1 or 2 DD Crows, but even with that, this build is actually really good. I would say it's really good against both of those because you're playing triple Junk Synchron, so you have access to Catastor like every single game. Like they have to deal with a Catastor every single game, right?
Exactly.
And, yeah, so this is pretty cool. I think this list is very interesting. I didn't know your exact list until just now. Like I didn't know that you were playing Reckless Greed, so this is intriguing to me because I think that Reckless Greed is a card that if a deck is going to play this, you usually want to end the game pretty quickly so that you don't really feel the brunt of missing draw phases. And your deck does do that. Like Dragon Turbo and Forgs, your deck is also in line with that whole, I'm going to Reckless, but the minus that I'll eventually have to experience won't really come to fruition because my opponent is just dead.
Yeah, I think this is a slightly unique Reckless list in that I think a lot of other decks, they're going to draw into cards that continue their drawing,
Yep.
This deck can do that with the upstarts, the allures, and just overall some of like the searchers and sphere, or the ways to continue plussing with monarchs and junks. You have ways to continue your advantage run after a reckless, but you don't just have this. I think with something like Forks, you can set it turn 1 almost always and just not even really think about it, right? Whereas this deck, sometimes you have to hold it just because this deck can not do enough with just those extra 2 cards.
Right.
So yeah, again, it's what I do like about the deck is that it does force you to constantly evaluate where you are in the duel and whether you want to go with something like an advantage play of junk, special back swap, and bounce junk, just continuing to add on swap frogs onto the board, where this deck, having a swap frog on your board is a huge threat to the opponent. Because the more copies of swap frog that you have available, the more that you're going to be able to loop your cards, especially if you have Offering live. And that is part of the reason why I don't play something like Raigeki Break, is that a lot of other frog decks, they have these just very easy discards that they're happy to get rid of.
Right.
Whereas my deck, like I really want to keep my swap frogs in hand for a few reasons. Being able to loop, as well as for my junk synchron plays, I want that extra copy of swap frog to be able to bump maybe my junk warrior up to something like 3,300 or 4,300 and go for these quick kill turns that the opponent is just not really ready for. And again, it's just that constant battle of, should the opponent be extending onto the board and get punished by a Caius, or should they not extend to the board and then I have something like Sphere of Chaos or Junk to just like continue my value engine. I think the deck puts people in a lot of tough positions, which I just love to do.
So if you noticed, I rearranged your darks and I put them all together. because I was wondering if this deck could play Dark Arm Dragon, and I'm sure that at some point during your mini list and many iterations of this deck, you probably did try Dark Arm Dragon. So I'm wondering why is it not in the deck? Because you play 12 Darks, and arguably Sphere of Chaos itself searches out Junk Synchron, which is a second dark right there, and then it can make Catastrophe, which is the third dark. So like in my head, it's very possible for this deck to just get a Dark Arm live pretty easily. Now I don't know as much about, I guess even graveyard manipulation is not too hard because Junk Synchron, I guess it doesn't pull any darks out the grave, but Pot of Avarice does. So you have Pot of Avarice that can kind of fix your graveyard. But Dark Arm Dragon, what's the deal with that?
Yeah, totally makes sense. I would love to be able to play a card like Dark Armed, but the issue with it in this deck is that when you do activate your Pot of Avarices, the cards that you do want to shuffle back are things like Caius's, Junk Synchrons, sometimes Forge if your health is, your life points are healthy enough. And so it just does kind of conflict with Avarice, even though Avarice can fix your grave in like some nice scenarios when you have both already.
If you
don't already have the Dark Arm, you don't want to worry about the possibility of drawing into Dark Arm and shuffling in worse cards like Frogs sometimes over those Darks. So I think you kind of have to pick between Dark Armed and Avarice. And I just found that the Avarices were slightly more consistent, more reliable for like the middle end game. As just something that can totally reset your deck. I think like sometimes 3 junks, crazy as it is, like you can resolve all 3 of them and you're still going in a game. Whereas like something like Hero Frog, you resolve 3 avarices, you probably already won. You probably didn't even get to the 3 miracles.
Right.
You probably already won after like 2 miracles,
Yeah.
So yeah, this deck is a little bit more grindy than some of the other Frog decks, even though it looks like just this OTK style. It can play that OTK style, but it can also just grind through value engines that it has available.
So let's move on to the side deck real quick. Breaker the Magical Warrior. I heard people talking in the Frog channel about a play where, I don't know if it was you or the other guy, somebody like breakered 4 back row or something with like Ultimate Offering. Is that a thing?
Yeah, so I pretty much started off my turn with I went first, I set a trap. He set 5 traps. Sorry, 5 cards. I go, and I pretty much use a combination of Substitute, Breaker, and just any other monster to loop Breaker 4 times, where they couldn't bottomless it at any time because I was using it as Chainlink 2 off offering every time.
So basically, you're summoning Breaker, getting a token, popping a back row, then tributing a monster with Substitute's effect to summon Swap Frog, bounce the Breaker back to your hand, and then you're using Ultimate Offering, Chainlink 1, Ultimate Offering, Chainlink 2, so you pay 1,000, Breaker gets summoned on Chainlink 2, so they can't do anything like Bottomless, Torrential, or whatever. Or I guess, they can't Torrential either, because there's nothing coming out at Chainlink 1, right? So just...
Right, all you need even is just doing your Swap Frog, Chainlink 1 to like send.
Yep.
And then Chainlink 2 Breaker, bounce the swap, chain. Like you can chain to either the swap bouncing effect or the swap sending effect.
Yep.
And pretty much you're just never summoning Breaker or Caius while you have offering as Chainlink 1. And so those cards are just always going to be immune to bottomless. And that is like a huge factor. Same with Torrential. Like Frogs can have a big issue with Torrential.
Yeah.
They can have a big issue with cards like Pulling the Rug that just can end a whole turn for them sometimes. This deck can really play through that with a card like Ultimate Offering. Same with things like Oppression, Dyna, Vanity's Fiend. Like Ultimate Offering lets you actually push through those cards. It's just an extra 2 cards that are insane post side. I think like normally Frogs, they are like an insane game 1 deck. And then, you can have some challenges game 2, 3.
Yep.
I actually end up winning a lot of game 2, 3s just because I think my side is really ready for just about anything. And also, like, there are cards that just really excel in this side here. Breaker being able to loop, Dust Tornado, the fact that you can use its second effect to actually like set your Ultimate Offering. It gives it some protection from something like MST or Heavy Storm, where you normally are like worried about setting Offering to get punished by those cards, but instead you can just set Dust Tornado on its own and never be worried about that kind of thing. And yeah, I think that's a huge asset. Same with Vanity's Fiend. You can combo off and then end your combo on Vanity's Fiend. Or,
that's broken.
Which I've done, right, that's insane. You can, if I have a Vanity's Fiend on the board and I have an offering set, I can normal Swap Frog, bounce my Vanity's Fiend, go full combo, and then end on vanities again. Like, it's ridiculous.
That's so cool. Oh, I love that. That is actually really, really cool. One of the things about Vanity's Fiend, usually in Frog decks, is that once it's summoned, you kind of lose all your momentum. So all your offenses is running through this Vanity's Fiend, and that's it. And so your opponent gets like several turns to draw out of it if they're at 8,000. So your deck can be like, you're not actually getting as many turns as you might think, because I'm going to bounce this to my hand, summon Junk Synchron, summon Sphere of Chaos or whatever, and just start doing crazy stuff. And then if I don't win the game that turn, I'm just going to put the Vanity's Fiend back on the field and tell you to keep dealing with the situation. But now with like added monsters next to it, it's really cool.
Yep. And not worrying about Gore's Fader Trag is just so sick. Not worrying about Bottomless Torrential for it is so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just post side, like, obviously you can't just fully worry on offering. If you have a card that is only good with offering, then it's probably not meant for the deck. I've tried so many of those kinds of cards.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of level 3s that I've tried out for Sphere of Chaos. Like I've tried, you know, Spear Reaper or Dandelion or Grand Mold, just because it synergizes with offering so well to like serve as like pretty much a battle fader, because you just keep summoning on them.
Because Sphere of Chaos, let me go to this. Sphere of Chaos searches any level 3 in the game, which is... that's kind of crazy. There's a lot of level 3 monsters, obviously. Dandelion, like you said, being one of them. And when you're playing cards like 1-for-1, Dandelion, I can see being a wombo combo, but that's only if you draw 1-for-1, because you don't play discard traps. So I totally get why you don't play something like Dandelion. Yeah, I mean, 1-for-1 makes sense because it's 1-for-1 and gets substitute. But Dandelion, I think in this particular deck, really only gets full value if you're using 1-for-1. And I guess in theory, like, if you have offering, and this goes to your point about cards being good only if you have offering, like in theory you could go ultimate offering, summon Dandelion, then tribute it for something like Sphere of Chaos, or tribute it for something, get 2 tokens, and then summon substitute. But your hand needs to be fucking insane to do all of that, right? So high ceiling, but drawing Dandelion when you're not doing all of what I just said is pretty bad. Like if you just have a Dandelion randomly in your hand and you don't have that play that I just said, where you have ultimate offering, Dandelion, substitute, and something to tribute to Dandelion at turn, it's kind of just meh. Right, it's kind of just like, okay, this card's not very good.
And I didn't want to make my Blackwing matchup any worse. I already think it's like pretty good, actually. I've like the last 2 tournaments, the only Blackwing that I lost to was actually in top 16 for RBET. But again, I opened a dupe frog, went for sub dupe because, you know, I was only playing 2 dupe, and he just had brain control, whirlwind Shura.
No, I mean, that's beating anything.
Right. And, you know, sometimes that's just how the game goes. You can't really complain about those. But I think at least, like, Sphere of Chaos is secretly, like, a good card against them. Normally you're, like, worried about sticking just this 1600 body against a Shura deck. And also just, like, something that makes their Sirocco alive. But actually, like, forcing them to put 2 bodies down is sometimes, like, gets them out of their, I don't know, their rhythm. Like, it extends them more than they would like.
Yeah.
And it also just like invalidates some of their hands that are like relying on Kalute or something like that to just clear everything. Like this just kind of sticks around. It stops some damage.
Yeah, 1600. And if it does it twice, it's 3200 per battle phase if they actually do get through it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a lot when you think about it. Like you're stopping 3200 damage by him being in attack mode. So if they go, let's say best case scenario, they go summon Shura, summon Bora, right? And in theory, I guess I could add Shura's effect in there, but in theory, he's blocking 1600 damage from the Shura attack and 100 damage and 1600 damage from the Bora attack. So yeah, you block 3200 damage, and they're getting in for way less than 35, which they normally would get in for. I mean, they do get technically a Shura resolution if they do it that way, but not the worst thing to happen, because against that deck, I feel like everything is damage based anyway. When it comes to the frog matchup, against Blackwing, it's like all damage. Like everything is about, can I live? And if I can live long enough, the Blackwing deck will start to show it's kind of late game not as great. It's not as great of a deck late game as like Vayu and Frogs are, where they just have better resources, a better grind game. You have Pot of Avarices, Caiuses, stuff like that. The best thing they have is like Blizzard.
Yeah.
What about matchups? So you brought up Blackwings as a matchup. What matchups do you think are good or bad for this deck? Like just going through some of the main matchups that you play against, like GBs and Lightsworn and Vayu, stuff like that, other frog decks. Like how do you feel about those matchups?
Yeah, so I think this specific list, it really struggles with Gladiator Beast. You don't have the discard traps that some normal frog decks would have to like chain to something like Test Tiger.
Yep.
And, you know, overall, you're just not playing a big trap lineup. However, the Tragodia is not what you want to have in that matchup. The Sangan is not what you want to have in GB matchups. However, the Offspring does help a lot if you do draw that card, of course. Being able to summon during their battle phase, there's a lot of times that they will maybe go for... the fact that you can summon like Dupe Frog in their battle phase is just so nasty. You can just summon double dupe if they, against some of the decks that will like Brainiac you or whatever, they'll like Brainiac your Dupe Frogs or Mistworm or whatever it may be. Being able to, just summon half lock or full lock in their battle phase can be really valuable in some of these tougher matchups. Yeah, so I think Gladiator Beast can be tough. I think any of the combo decks were just unfortunately a slightly slower combo deck than them, and they're usually going to find their combo faster. And they also just like do a lot of turns of not committing to the board that my deck doesn't exactly shine against. And I also have a hard time like not leaving up a Colossal Army Arm target. I just don't have the traps to really be able to protect, so I have to just try to play this aggressive game.
Right.
And like try to run them out, but it's not always realistic. So yeah, I would say like Gigavise, Forgs are two of the tougher matchups. Hero Frog can be pretty tough as well, because nowadays they're just putting on so much pressure. Sphere of Chaos is just smaller than a lot of their heroes or their monarchs, and just a highest target overall. Ab-Zero can be brutal. But my record in the last two tournaments has been best against the bird decks.
That's good.
I faced two Gladiator Beast players and I was able to 2-0 them both, but I think that was pretty lucky.
It is what it is. They deserve whatever they get.
Yeah. No, now that I think about it, actually, I faced Joshua Johnson on that second tournament, and he did take game one from some silly Cold Wave Rescue Cat shenanigans. But game three, it was again just one of those games where he could have gone for a main phase one, Test Tiger, pop my back row, and if he read that it was Ultimate Offering, he just wins the game, right?
Yeah.
But instead, he's worried about things like discard traps and torrential, or even just something like a Reckless Greed. And so he, tries to go for the battle phase play, and I'm able to just Caius his Laquari and like take him out of the game in a lot of ways.
That's interesting. And people not knowing how this deck functions can definitely lose them the game. Like you said this in the very beginning too. Like people just not knowing how to play against it kind of makes it even better, because if you don't know the tricks that Ultimate Offering can do, you'll just get caught off guard. Like getting Caius in your own battle phase is fucking loony. Like absolutely loony. If you've never had that happen to you, you've never seen it before, and you just run headfirst into a battle phase, like, all right, I'm getting some guaranteed damage, and then they do that, your whole turn is probably over, and there's a Caius still on the field. Like, that has to feel crazy.
Right, and that Caius on the field in a matchup like against Gladiator Beast is so important to just have that big body.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this deck does have some nice tricks for the bad matchups. Same with like Catastrophe for Gladiator Beast, or like the Stardust access that like Sphere plus Junk can offer you. This deck does have ways to win some of its tougher matchups. Like Christia Sworn can be a tough matchup for Forgs. But again, this deck being able to go for constant Catasters and having Offering to play through something like Herald or Christia can really help you in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that we've gone through a lot of the deck. I want to duel. I'm ready to duel. Like,
let's do it.
I just want to play. So why don't? Do you want to save before continuing? Yes, let's save. All right, let's get some
to see how it feels, because I'm sure compared to Hero Frog, you're gonna have some of these kind of inactive hands that feel kind of weird.
Yeah.
But when we get there, I can't wait to see you, Frazier.
All right, what should we do here? Rock, paper, or scissors?
I'm a paper believer these days.
Oh, and right you are. Okay.
Yeah, I think scissors is the anti-meta. It's definitely like a hot pick, but I think paper's pretty safe.
Our hand is good.
I like this hand a lot.
So just swap Frog, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Especially because in your deck, I just realized again, you only play one Treeborn Frog, so you don't want to allure and accidentally draw that Treeborn Frog, I would say.
Right.
Now, do you allure here at all, or do you just wait?
No, I would just hold to conceal the information, and just there's very few cards that we would want to set here anyways.
Yep.
And so I would rather just hold it so they don't know exactly what we're playing.
So we have brain control.
Okay, alright. We got, yeah, probably pure. But TBD.
Okay.
Okay. I'm happy to allure here now.
Yep. Especially after drawing Sangan. Oh, that is really good. Alright, so Sangan has to go, I'm assuming, or...
Yeah, I'm happy to banish Sang. Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
And...
Take her pop.
Arrived. I'm down. Let's take our plus.
Yeah, I like this. Leaving a Lila in attack mode with a back row is always going to yield some good results.
Oof.
Ooh.
Oof. You hate to see that.
Oh,
okay.
Well, all right. So you're going to have to walk me through. I don't know what's about to happen, but we got 1-for-1, and we have Sphere Chaos, and we have Junk Synchron.
Right. Yeah, so personally, I like going for the 1-for-1 here, trying to thin our deck. We have, like,
what are we pitching?
A lot of the other... I'm happy to discard Swap Frog, personally.
Okay. Let's get our boy. Alright, so...
Yeah. If we're given the choice between ending on... Are we going to bounce? Pretty much that's the only question we need to know, is are we going to bounce the dupe in main phase 2? Sorry, the swap for dupe. Otherwise, like, yeah, you can just go for 2,000 damage here with 2 Swap Frogs.
Okay, so tribute Lila, and we're sending the Toads, right? We don't want the Toads in the deck. Yep. Okay, and then get rid of her. And we still have not normal summon yet.
That is insane to say, but yeah, we have not normal summoned.
Yeah, we haven't normal summoned, so you can make like the world's biggest junk.
Yeah,
Junk
and
dude.
I don't even hate it, honestly. I think that is kind of nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
We're gonna be able to swing for like 600 or something, some crazy amount.
Yeah, 40. Yeah, so it'll be the junk. Let's say the junk warrior was right here. He's 43. So 63
plus 21. So he's 44.
44. Yeah, all right, because this sub still counts. Yep. So 6,400. I'm down. I'm down to do it.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, let's do
but
it.
Again, this is just some of the pressure that like Junk Synchron can create for you. I mean, obviously we needed things to go our way, but it is just such a scary card.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, Junk Warrior doesn't come up very often for the Hero Frog deck, but this deck will summon it at least once a match, pretty much.
God, this is ridiculously a ridiculous amount of damage. Okay. Woo! Oh my god.
All right. Didn't even make a think about it.
Oh, I love it. All right, main phase 2. So I'm going to bounce one of these to my hand so that way I summon Dupe Frog and then tribute this one for a Dupe Frog.
Sounds good.
Any
Yeah, so you're thinking about, like, you're saying you're going to extra normal the dupe?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. And let me know if that you want to do something different, but...
I'm like, kind of thinking about not wanting to extra normal the dupe. I'm just a little afraid. Like, I feel like we're winning this game 90% of the time, and, like, the 10% involves some like clear our back row plus attack over Dupe Frog.
Okay, so like, what do you want to do? You want to like soft lock and then bounce the junk or bounce the swap?
Yeah, I just want to bounce swap here and probably pass personally.
Really? This is interesting. I'm so surprised you don't want to dupe. Like, so your fear is that leaving that Dupe Frog in attack mode is a chance for him to like win.
It gives him some shenanigans, like like Celestia, like Foolish or Charge a Wolf, and then Celestia pop, and like just leave us in this like random way that we could lose.
All right, are we setting Mirror Force or no?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm just passing here then. Me personally, I would summon the dupe, and if I was that afraid of dying, I would set Mirror Force, just so because I do not think he's going to be able to kill you through super dupe lock plus Mirror Force, but I get wanting to and see. Okay, this is still not good enough. So what is he taking?
All right, he's
okay.
Now his JD's live, or sorry, dead. Like,
Okay.
This is fine.
So this goes to the top of the deck. This gets destroyed.
Shuffle.
Yep. Mills 3. Okay.
All right. What do you think here?
Yep.
I like just going battle personally, but curious on you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you attack him, he's just dead. And if that's beckoning, he gets honest, and then you still kill him main phase 2. I actually think that just attacking is the correct thing. No matter what he does. Attack declaration, sure. This is not how... I was about to say, this is not how you resolve this card. Yep.
Okay.
Like... Okay. Alright, this guy, I don't think he understands.
Who we got there? Oh
Yep.
my god. Okay. Oh god. Alright. Facing troll. That's okay.
I just realized what this guy's name is.
Yeah. And we got there. Okay. So, Lightsworn.
Yep, Lightsworn. Alright, so I imagine Kaiku comes in against Lightsworn?
Yep. That's Frog.
Oh, Death Frog too. So why Death Frog? Just curious.
It's really good with Substoad of just being able to attack over things like Jane and Gareth and whatnot without worrying about Honest.
Are we doing Vanity Fiend?
I prefer going first, but it's still really good against them, so I would put it in.
Okay. Alright, what's coming out is the question.
Yeah, the Recklesses come out just like Orgs. Here's a little less hyper combo. Game 2, 3.
And one more.
One more. I think you like Raigeki Break in this matchup?
Not really. Like it's not like the craziest card. I mean, you are very trap light in general. So like if a JD resolves, your deck can struggle to deal with a JD that's on the field. I don't know if I necessarily... I mean, Unifrog doesn't seem like it's necessary in this matchup.
Agreed.
So I would swap that. And then...
I do not like DD Crow here.
Me either.
Raigeki Break.
It's not necessary that we put in Raigeki Break. Like, I'm fine to go... MST and Heavy, I'm okay to keep in as well. He might be siding Mask or Restrict. I think we can just go like this.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay. I'm fine with this hand. I mean,
yeah,
not great looking at a Jane, but it's okay. Okay.
So his back row, I mean, we have two forms of back row removal. There's no reason. I probably will heavy here.
I agree.
Yeah.
I would rather keep the MST with the Torrential in our hand. There might be some situations
right.
where we want it.
Now, we could play him sweet and set Torrential, or we could summon the Kaiku. Which one do you want to do?
I like the Torrential personally.
Yeah, I like this too. It's a bit greedy, but it's also like if he gets greedy, then he gets ruined.
Right.
All right, he has MST. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, things are going from bad to worse.
Yeah. I didn't expect Heavy Storm if he set oppression there. And so it was really just like MST that we were worried about.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is pretty nice. As long as he doesn't draw like a Lila or
right.
another form of removal.
So, is it even worth putting the Kaiku on the field now? Or should I swing into the Jane?
So in terms of like, should we swing? I think yes, personally.
Okay.
The only issue with it is that like Do we want to be tributing this Junk Synchron right now with our ultimate offering?
We don't have any setup for the Junk Synchron is the thing, so it's like
Right.
Like we have no setup. So I think
I'm
this
trying
is
to deal
fine.
with some aggression here.
Yeah. All right, so he played MST, not heavy. So I will set, yeah. See what happens. I mean, we're probably cooked this game. We got it. Our hand was not good. No frogs, and he has the heavy too. Okay.
Whatever. Yeah,
right.
Good for him.
Yeah. Heavy MST. All right. Somehow we're not dead, but realistically, we will just die.
Yeah, we don't have a ton of great draws here, but I guess even just a Duke Frog might give us a turn. Okay. This is just a normal Lightsworn game where, unfortunately, they can just do some very fair things that don't look very fair. So
yeah.
Okay.
All right. So he does have MST heavy, but he had to also draw them for all of our back row. That was a little annoying. Thinking again about these Regeki breaks. We're going first this time, though. So, what would you do?
Yeah.
This is Teach Me How to Cook. You tell me what you want me to do going into game 3.
Well, I would be happy with like siding out 1 Avarice, 1 Upstart for 2 Rye breaks here.
Okay. I like it. Is that the only change we're going to make?
Yep. Do we want the second tree one? Let's see. Do they side Crow? They can. Yeah, I think I would. Our list is fine. But I do kind of like putting in, if I'm putting in Rye breaks.
Right, having this.
One extra discard here. I think you could side out the 3rd sphere here.
Fair enough. All right, let's go like this. See what happens. All right, we get to go first. Hopefully we see a frog this game. All right, we saw a frog.
Sweet.
I swear I play against Lightsworn like almost every video. Like I swear this is the most popular deck, at least low ladder, because like I am not my rating is not high at all. Because I only play when I record. But like, anyway, do we? I guess there's no reason not to set Regeki Break here. I'm trying to think, or maybe we just take any damage he does this turn, and then we have Regeki Break to like stabilize if something does happen. What do you think? Which way do you want to play this?
So personally, I like setting Regeki Break here.
Say less. We have Junk Synchron and Swap Frog.
Right. I think it leaves us very flexible. We like sometimes can go for that Junk Synchron play. We want to summon Sphere. Okay, we don't have to worry about any back row like possible Mask Restrict or whatever.
Right. We just take this, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, set 2. That's annoying.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal.
Well, so we should Regeki Break, I think, on the end phase, though.
100%, because we definitely need this tree one, and we want that swap engrave.
Yep.
Feels a little gross, but
yeah, I'm only worried about him having Max Restrict here, because it's a 50-50 if we hit it. Okay, that is definitely not.
Right. And even if he has Mask, at least we have a Junk Synchron play. That's kind of nice. Okay. So, my eyes go straight to Catastor. How about you?
My eyes go straight to Catastor as well. Yeah, we got rid of a Book of Moon, so not much is going to deal with the Catastor here.
Yeah, and I would rather... Oh, yeah. I would rather play the Junk into Catastor into back row than the Vanity's Fiend into back row.
Yep. Plus Honest, because Vanity's Fiend is like weak to that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this leaves us a little bit more room. Bringing back Treeborn was debatable too, I just realized, because, I mean, it'd be really unlucky if he had Aaron all of a sudden, but, like, he could have Aaron. Anyway.
He could have Aaron, at least we have the second swap if we need.
Yeah, we did draw a second swap, but it would be bad. Okay, so we missed the threatening roar, but it could be worse because I'm honestly Book of Mooning the Cataster is worse for us because like it guarantees that we lose it. At least here he now has to have Celestia.
Yep, and we have a decent card in hand for it as long as he doesn't have Honest.
Sure. Did he draw a Crow? I hate when people do that. I think that is such a like. If you're just attacking the Treeborn Frog for no reason, I think that you're... Honestly, it's a misplay because you give the Frog player, like, a choice.
Right, especially in Hero Frog when they play something like Prodigy, or some of them are playing, like, Cyber Dragon right now.
Yeah, Cyber Dragon is really popular right now. Okay, so we drew Upstart Goblin. We have a Vanity's Fiend. So we could do any number of things this turn. We also have Sphere of Chaos to get, like, another Junk Synchron. What's the play here?
So for me, it is it's first Upstart, then Sphere. I thought about Sphere first, just to thin the card one by one, but I don't think it's relevant. I would rather like. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So yeah, this is like a classic spot where you're like given the option between like summoning a Sphere and summoning a Monarch. For me, like I see the set monster and I'm just happy to Caius it.
Yep, so we're doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. The one thing I'll say, I like having the Caius in hand in case he gets a JD or anything out. But like, I don't want this to resolve either, so I totally get using it. But right now our hand is very weak to JD specifically. Just like one of those annoying things where if he has JD, okay,
right.
This happens again.
He's at what, 2 names right now? He has a Celestia. And,
3 names, so he's still struggling. I wish you played 2 Catasters. This is something I wanted to mention as well in the beginning of the video.
Yeah, I play the 2 Avarice, so I shuffle it back a lot. But I agree. I would probably cut the second Armory Arm for
That's what I was thinking. Armory Arm seems a little. What's that? Plague.
It's okay.
This also makes JD live, I think.
Yeah, if he kills us, that's disappointing. Okay, he's not.
You engrave. Yep. The JD might come down. Oh. Oh, okay. What the fuck is this?
Thought Ruler? It's gotta be Thought Ruler, right?
Yeah. Okay. We take 300.
Okay. Well, Sphere should be decent here.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh.
Oh, that's also a good card.
Okay.
That's it.
We're just alluring, right? Or are we
just slamming it? Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So I imagine we don't need 2 of it. So we can go tribute for Sphere here. And he put the Cataster back, which is interesting. So that's one way to get 2 Catasters. Anyway, like we could tribute, and then we could also set the Mirror Force.
Yeah, I mean we're +5 here. Like, let's go.
I love that. We're
he
+5.
In a questionable line, in my opinion.
I agree. I think that unless he stacked JD, unless the card that he stacked is literally Judgment Dragon, I think that this is like very sus.
Right, and even if he JD and activates his effect, like, okay, we're just gonna go Cataster and be fine. So.
Yeah.
And they're at 11,400, and that is going to be 0 pretty soon in this deck.
Yeah, shit's about to get really bad. So we can cut him off right now. We can Vanity's Fiend him and just cut him off immediately from drawing JD, and I think like that's top priority right now, right?
Right, just avoid the like insane possibilities.
Yeah. Oh, he took 4,000. Okay. Damn, he's still at 74. That's so much life points.
I know, that's... I mean, even though it was due to Thought Ruler, like, this does come up since we play triple Upstart.
Yeah.
But often the games that you win with this deck are just, like, blowouts. Because, like, you just often, like, get your value trains going, and... yeah.
So we haven't drawn Ultimate Offering, which I'm not surprised. That's just, you know, retard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people don't like facing frog combo, it turns out.
Well, this guy was just an ass. Like, he was just mad from the beginning. Like, when I revealed the Kais to him, he just was like, oh, like, you can't summon Kais in the battle phase. It's like, all right, guy.
Right.
Like, this is an online simulator. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, but
I can get his account banned if I want it. I just tell my the person who I'm locked in with on DB and just be like, yo, this guy is using slurs and stuff. Just get him out of here.
for any judges watching, ban this man for sure. Yeah.
Fruity Dom's gay bar. But yeah.
But really, most of the games you don't end up winning with offering. That's just the reality. If that's what you were relying on, this deck would suck, right?
Yes,
if
exactly.
You needed offering, then this deck would be bad. But instead, you just play, like, in my opinion, like a slightly better game than like Frog Monarchs. Like, I think it just has a lot more flexibility than Frog Monarchs.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, otherwise,
honestly, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think there's a point to play Frog Monarchs if you could play. I like this, though. It feels more robust of a deck than just Tribute for Monarch every turn. Like the things you can do, like the Junk Synchron game 1 doing 6,300 damage that turn was fucking crazy. That was like the first battle phase of the duel.
Right.
Like we went first, we went like Summon Swap, Send Treeborn, and on the following turn we did 6,300, like first battle phase of the game. It's just kind of crazy.
Yep. Yeah, and like Frog Monarchs is like so prone to things like Mask of Restrict, because that's their whole plan. Whereas like we have that tribute game and we have that synchro game. Like,
yeah,
come on, have slang for both. It's gonna be hard. Can't get them all.
Nope. I'm down to be 50-50 in die rolls. That's what it's supposed to be if you play two rounds. Okay, let's go. Oh no. Oh, we're playing against another toxic deck though. This might be bad.
Sometimes we can.
Oh, he said double reckless too. Okay, wait. All right. Hold. All right.
So now that this is coming up, this is a good moment to talk about how, like, normally combo decks are like pretty prone to dust shoot. Like, it can be kind of scary unless you draw some of your draw cards, like in this hand.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, for my RBT list, I played the Recklesses and Upstarts. And then for Deck Devastators, I played 0 Upstart and 0 Reckless and no Allure. So, like, you can go either way, but I do like how cards like Upstart and Reckless give you a little bit of insulation. Oh, that just happened.
It did. I want to check the log. Sent Trap Dust Shoot. Return substitute from top of... Yeah, return substitute from M3 to top of deck. Sent Trap Dust Shoot. And it also said he stopped viewing my hand first, right? So phase 1, he stopped viewing my hand. I shuffle my hand. I return substitute to the top. He sent Dust Shoot. I shuffle my deck. I activate Upstart. I drew substitute. Okay. All right. So you're just mad because DB is, I believe, very glitched. People say it's if they're looking at your hand, but that's not true because if you look at the log, it blatantly says that he wasn't looking at my hand. So he's probably reading the log himself.
Yep, this just happens too often.
It does. It's very clearly like something wrong with Dueling Book, and I complain about it all the time. I don't really care enough because I don't consider Dueling Book to be like the end-all be-all of Yu-Gi-Oh! But oh, we're playing against. Okay, it is a frog deck. Cool.
Sweet. I mean, it definitely feels bad to see our Reckless go here, but if he like tries to Monarch our other Reckless and then he gets scores, like, that is a fantastic outcome.
Yeah, I think he has to not attack. I think he has to Monarch us and then just say like pass. And I'm chaining Reckless either way. Okay, this is great. I'm down to play this game too. I think we do this.
I'm down. Our hand already has like a play for the next 2 turns and 2 Kaises.
Oh my god.
Even if we don't get to draw, like, who cares?
Oh my lord.
Like, it's a -1, but we get the Treeborn pluses. Maybe he AOIs us here. Okay.
Sure. Seeing triple Caius is so crazy. Like, what? I would be like, what the fuck?
Sorry. So, for me, I'm I'm actually fine with attacking into Gores here.
I'm attacking. I'm not even. We're at 9,000. I am attacking every day of the week.
Right, and we're under Reckless, so like, what
Yeah.
else are we gonna do?
Exactly. Like, what are we? We're waiting for. He's playing a frog deck. Like,
Yeah.
it's probably hero frogs too. Raigeki Break, Dust Shoot, and Spiritual Water Art.
Yeah, I think it might be this new Dream Frog list that was playing Upstart and Aoi. I think in Deck Devastators there was a Upstart plus Aoi Dream Frog list.
Yeah. All right, we can play the Monarch game. I got more firepower, I think. And he can't attack me. The weirdest part is that he cannot attack me.
Right. Even if he Caiuses us, we can just drop Gores on the effect damage.
Yeah, like worst come to worst.
And if he doesn't extend to the board, again, we have the Sphere. If he does, we have the Caius. Like, I really like just having that flexibility of whatever they do.
Mm-hmm.
It also is really good for if you play Soul Exchange. Just because Soul Exchange is kind of awkward in a deck like Hero Frog, even though I still love the card. I don't play in Hero Frog anymore. Because it is kind of weird when you're sitting there with mostly Caiuses and Rises that only work if they have multiple cards extended onto the board.
Right.
Okay.
All right, here's Sphere of Chaos time to shine.
Yep.
Yeah, this is definitely Sphere of Chaos mode. So
100%.
yeah.
Like, it is nice, the idea of putting him at 800, but I would rather have the flexibility of either having Junk or Caius for the following turn.
Yep.
Also gets less punished by like a Miracle Fusion.
Yeah, if he miracles here, it's like okay. Yeah, he's very low too. And he has to banish his Treeborn Frog in order to Miracle Fusion as of right now.
Yeah. He added Malicious Edge, right?
He did.
It's fine.
Which he can't summon because like I'll just Caius it.
Yeah.
I mean, he can go Tribute for Malicious Edge, then Miracle Fusion, banish his own Treeborn, summon Absolute Zero, and then like attack, and pass. And then I can only Caius one of the threats, like the between Absolute Zero and the Malicious Edge. So that poses a slight annoyance. Okay. Right.
Sure. Okay. All right, so we have, let's see. We do not have game, sadly.
No, we don't.
We
I don't
have,
think
like,
there's
swamp.
any. I don't know if there's any reason to summon back Treeborn here. I don't think we do. I think we summon swap to get that Sphere of Chaos off the top of our deck because that's what we're about to draw.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, and just get poke him because put him at 2400. Now a Caius attack is game.
Right.
So I don't even think I bring that back. I think I could bring it back, but because I can send a second Treeborn, but I guess I don't. I can send a level 2. I can send a Swap Frog to the grave to set up Junk Synchron.
That's what I prefer, yeah.
Okay. All right, we're just doing that. Yeah, let's send a Swap Frog
But
to the grave.
on one hand, we don't care about if he like Caiuses the Reborn. We don't really get punished that much, but I would rather.
Yeah, this sets up for more, and it puts him at a nice number. 2400 is like where I want him to be.
Yeah.
He also dies to Armory Arm if he puts something in attack mode here.
Yep.
Like
comes up a lot in this deck.
Yeah, like if he attacks me, I drop Gores and I can Armory Arm the Gores. Like equip Armory Arm to the Gores, and then he just dies. Sure. And this also, okay, you can't attack.
Another Aoi, maybe.
So standby, definitely bringing this back.
Can I just see his grave real quick?
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. So what kind of hand does he have to just normal ocean set a card?
I don't know. Like
a deep prison?
No, because I feel like if they play Aoi, they took out, like, if he's playing Marcus's deck, they took out the They took out the deep prisons to put the AoEs in the deck. So I think we can honestly just go Caius the Ocean. And then we drew a second Swap Frog conveniently to bounce the Caius if it doesn't die immediately.
Right.
So I'm kind of rolling with that. Like,
okay, here's the other Aori.
right.
So he's forced to take the swap here unless he has a fader.
Yeah.
Which is just beautiful.
Yep. He still leaves us with Junk Synchron and the Gores. Yeah, it has to be Swap Frog. Like, you literally have to take Swap Frog.
How sad Battle Fader has fallen that I really just have no expectation to see that card anymore.
Same. Like, I don't think that I'm getting Battle Fadered. Okay, that took a long time for him to do that. Alright, yeah, no reason to attack the Treeborn.
Right.
So he has Malicious Dude that he's going to attack over my Caius with. Okay, I think we'll just pass.
We have the option between like Catastor and Goyo, depending on what happens. So. Okay.
Four traps. It's really annoying. If he ever missed. Oh, well, I think he's dead now.
He's definitely dead. Let's just think. So we can get. Yeah. We can get like a 4,300 junk plus a swap frog. Is already enough. Right? 19 or 17 plus 10. If we go 1-for-1 ditch swap. Oh, we don't have a third swap. Okay. But we do have a Unifrog dupe. So, okay, I guess we're only going to be able to have 2 swaps on field. No, it should be fine, right?
What's the play? Because we can get rid of Gores too. We don't necessarily need Gores. I don't know if that changes anything, but...
True.
So we have Junk, brings back swap. 1-for-1 pitch. Is there any... I mean, if we just Brio him, he has to have Gores?
Okay, so you're saying still 1-for-1, right?
Right. Like if you summon, make Brio, pitch, 1-for-1, substitute in attack mode, attack, game.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if there was any line through Gores, which is still... No, I don't think there is.
Yeah, I think because we have all these swap... Like, if we had a swap in the deck, we probably could.
Right.
But...
Yeah, I think we're missing the swap. Yep. Okay. I'm down for Brio.
Yeah. So just Brio... And then 1-for-1 pitch, swap frog, put a substitute in attack mode. So it's this. Summon. Bring this back. And we're gonna, we will lose our whole hand for this play anyway, because it's Brio here, pitch 1, and then 1-for-1 to bring out the other card. We still have double dupe, so we can still end on like a dupe lock. And then it just comes down to we have to find a way to touch him if he does have... If he has Gores after all of this, this is fucking crazy. He drew Dust Shoot, double AoE. Like...
Am I mathing this wrong? I think you do have 4,300, right? So if you go 1-for-1 ditch Gores, summon sub, tribute Treeborn for Uni.
Yep. Synchro with Uni. He's 30... He'd be 34... Where is he at? So 1-for-1 pitch.
Bounce Treeborns. They're special. 1-for-1 going to Uni. Yeah, I think we have a 4,300 there, right? If we bounce Treeborn here.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. So bounce Treeborn.
Alright.
Special swap.
So special swap by discarding and specialing it?
Yep.
Yep.
And 1-for-1 ditch cores. And we have to tribute the subs-toad. That's the only scary thing, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if we're killing him, it's fine. Okay. And then we tribute this. Yep. For Unifrog here.
Yep. And then synchro with the Unifrog and the junk for Junk Warrior. Yeah.
Okay. How much is this?
15.
How much is this right here?
It's 17 plus 10.
Okay.
So it just plays through Gores.
Yep. Teach me how to fucking cook, Tim. Teach me how to cook, bro. That was so good. Love that. See, that's a master. That's what happens when you master a deck and you one trick it and you just play it over and over and over again. You see lines like that. Because I'll tell you right now, my brain is so fried this early in the morning. I wasn't even slightly thinking of how to kill him through whatever. Like, I was like, I need the help of the master. And you showed
it. The Junk Warrior can do that sometimes. I mean, 4300 is one of the smaller Junk Warriors that this deck can make.
Yeah, that was really dope. Okay, so it's game 2. We're going second. What are we siding?
Yeah, so I like the Treeborn, as a lot of Hero Frogs will side in like TD Crow against me.
Yeah.
Kaiku's always good going second.
Kaiku's amazing against Hero Frogs too.
Yep. And then you need some plan for Vandy's. I think it's at least 2 Raigeki break. And then I actually put in 2D prison against them.
Yeah, it makes sense, honestly, because Absolute Zero, I noticed your deck doesn't have a clean way to deal with 0.
Yeah.
Like, if you deal with 0 with a monster, you're always kind of going minus, or like trading with it with like, make Catastrophe, and you're just passing your turn with open field, which I'm not happy about.
Right.
Okay, so cards to side out. Are we doing Recklesses again, or what are we doing?
Yeah, so for me, I side out the triple Reckless. I actually don't like Sangan just because it's kind of awkward against like Monarchs.
Yep.
I think actually Tragodia is slightly worse just because they have a lot of 2400 bodies.
Yeah, and we're putting in these.
Right. I think you can always take out at least 1 Avarice. And then I keep in Dust Shoot against Frogs going second. I can side out, even though I'm putting in like a couple Darks, I would side out Allure. Just taking out Sangan Trag is like 2 good targets.
Yeah.
And then how many cards is that? That is 6, 8, 3, 7. So we need like what, 1 more? I think it's just an upstart.
Sure. I love making it easy, especially for the video.
Right. Like usually you can consider like heavy uni MST, but I actually find that in this matchup, like the back row can be some of the biggest problems for me somehow.
Yeah, and they side in traps if they don't already play like traps or whatever. So
it's a little awkward against like an AoE build just because you don't really want to ever be heavy MSTing those, but that's okay. Yeah.
That was an annoying game though. He saw our hand like every single turn. I feel like 3 turns straight we got like, here's my hand, here's my hand, here's my hand.
Right.
I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and that can be tough against like combo. That can be really good against combo decks if you just are able to rip the right pieces. But luckily we had like a hand with like multiple Monarchs. We already had Treeborn access, so.
Yeah.
Okay. This is an ugly hand, but it's okay. So, yeah, I'm down to set Dust Shoot, and then I know this is insane, but yeah, I guess you don't really want to set Junk Synchron here, but it's tempting.
I know, I thought about it, but it is so wild because if he has more than 1 Monarch,
yeah, definitely things can go wrong.
Do you want to risk it? It's up to you. I'm listening to whatever you tell me to do. What would you do if this was a tournament? You're playing round 8 on the bubble. What are you doing?
So if I had kept it in Sangan, I would 100% set the Junk here, just because it's at least like another good target.
Right,
like,
but it's
that could like open us up. But here I would just set Dust Shoot.
Okay.
And pass.
And then are we Dust Shooting him immediately, or are we Dust Shooting him like when are we doing it?
I think this is a decent spot to hold it for a few reasons.
Sure.
Our hand is pretty bricked, and
Yep.
so I like want to buy time with this card. As soon as we like flash it, he might just have like some really explosive like Stratos Miracle play that he just goes for
Yeah.
that he otherwise might not have because of like things like Torrential.
Yeah, this is fine. This is very tame.
It also might lead him to like a Unifrog line or something that I'm happy with.
Right. If he yeah. If he kept in Unifrog and goes for that, that'd be great, honestly. Even though I
Right.
think he's playing Dupless.
Right, and he hasn't seen Offering yet, but if he's seen the Spheres or Dunks and all that, then he might know what's going on. I don't know.
Oh god.
Interesting. We're getting annoyed again.
Yeah, we're getting water arded. Yeah, you got it, boss.
I mean, yeah, you can look at this. What do you want, buddy? Sure.
Like, this hand is so bad. You can have whatever
Yeah.
you like.
Yeah, not ideal, but you know, we're probably just gonna end up playing some frog game, and you know, we'll draw into what we need. It's like I always put faith in my deck. You know, the frogs, they find a way.
I low-key want to summon this Junk Synchron and attack him, depending on what he takes here. Like, if he takes Mirror Force, and I won't do it. Okay, he took Raigeki Break.
Interesting.
What does that say? What does that say?
I think it's just a mistake. Like I tried to think of like every possible hand that he could have.
Are you okay with me going Junk Synchron attack and then just dust shooting him?
Yes.
Because, like,
Our hand sucks so much.
it
like,
does. I'm doing this.
I would rather him Kaiser junk than like try to rip the freaking Mirror Force.
Second one? There's a second. I was like, it got to be a second one, right? I'm just not. I was never MSTing that shit.
Right. So if he takes the Mirror Force, oof.
I mean, oh shit. I mean, you know my hand, bro. It hasn't changed.
We could consider like on the redeclared shooting if we're scared of cores.
Yeah, 100%. You definitely take Mirror Force here though. And now we just have an awkward Junk Synchron on the field.
Yeah.
He didn't need Aoi to win this game. I'll tell you that. Like,
Right.
all right, so we can. All right, let's risk it.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh fuck, he has E-Call. All right.
Nice hold by him.
Yeah, because there's no reason to use it. Like, he's just playing like the let me see your hand game over and over.
Yeah, I thought he had like an easy spot to go for a play like that last turn because we didn't do anything. I thought he would just like go for his Stratos play there.
Yeah.
But I guess he had his Aois, and so he wanted to just get those live.
Yep.
But usually, like, an empty board is like screaming like Stratos play. Okay. So Stratos is going to give him pretty much a free +2 here from like attacking and adding.
Yep.
Going to put us in a rough spot. But if we draw a Swap Frog, the rest of his hand is not that crazy.
Yeah, I would love to draw a swap or substitute. Because we have time. His hand is not aggressive. It's just like...
Alright. And he's going for Ocean. I mean, that is a problem that we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, but that's a problem for tomorrow.
Right.
And honestly, we're so... Oh, okay. We're so fragile right now that any number of things... Okay, cool. Can we draw a 1-for-1?
That'd be pretty sweet.
I love 1-for-1. It's one of my favorite cards.
Usually here is where I draw the Offering and I just cry because I have full combo, but I'm just missing the Swap Frog access.
I know.
That's usually what happens.
So we take 15.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that is not great.
So I'm just gonna go next.
I'm down for that.
I'm just gonna go next on that one. Okay. All right, we're here.
We're going first, so I'm happy to put in a slightly heavier combo plan. I kind of do that with forks too, or like depending on whether you're going first or second, you can kind of adjust your plan.
Yep.
So I'm happy to bring back in Sangan, because it's less likely that like we're gonna set it and they already have Treeborn access.
Yeah.
And let's see, I think we can bring back in. Well, okay, first let's talk about what we're taking out.
I want to take out heavy.
I'm down for that.
Yeah. I don't want to draw heavy against his deck because his back row is all chainable. It's always discard traps. He probably has Mirror Force Torrential, but like, sure.
Right. I think I'm actually fine here. I was thinking about putting in a lure, but I don't really see a good side out. So the Kaiku is slightly worse going first, but it does give us some protection from crows sometimes.
Yeah, it makes Aoi weird too, though. If we summon Kaiku against Treeborn back row and just attack, like, he just has to accept that attack. I can see Kaiku being fine. Is there any merit to a lore being put in instead of an upstart?
It's probably pretty close, but yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I will do that. Just I think Allure is a slightly better card. We have a lot of darks. This whole top row, the way I structure your deck, I've rearranged it so all the darks are at the top, and then we put in 1, 2, 3. So you still have 14 darks. Shot.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, let's just see what happens, right?
So the offering's coming this game. I can feel it in the bones.
You knew.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Is it going to draw me a
This
card?
is Chef's Kiss. Chef's Kiss right here.
All right, tell me what I'm doing, Tim.
All right, so personally, I'm just going swap, send.
All right.
And normally I would not want to set Deep Prison or like any card here.
Yep.
But offering is like already game if we resolve it. And so I'm actually kind of down to set Deep Prison just to try to bait out Speller Trap Hate for our offering. Because if he has one, I think he's going to use it a lot of the time. And I think if we get this offering live, we win the duel pretty much.
Okay, so you don't want to set offering turn 1.
No, even though it like is game here, I would rather try to bait out the MST heavy just because our hand is that level of crazy.
Okay, just know he's playing a hand rip version of like Frog, so I personally would set the offering here because I'm just ballsy as fuck, and that's how I am. When it comes to stuff like this, like I think every single turn of every single duel that we played against this person, our hand has been shown to him, and so I don't want to leave it up to chance.
Right, I hear you on that. I think like overall the odds are what if he's playing 3 of it, it's like 40% that he's going to draw it.
Yes, which is a pretty high percent, and also, the Deep Prison is slightly awkward. I feel like because I have to use it here, like I have to Deep Prison
Right,
this.
we're going to use it here, and I actually don't feel terrible about it. Like I know it's not beautiful.
Yeah.
But again, we're preventing us from getting AO'd, and we have like a Vanity's Fiend to stick here.
Okay, well now we're just Vanity's Fiending.
Yep.
All right, so then we're gonna get Vanity's Fiend and Ultimate Offering kind of set up, which is cool.
Yep. And then we're pretty much like, all right, the crappiest part of this play is that it loses to Brain Caius, but we always do. Like this is where like normally in the mirror I would rather just like leave up a Vandy's with no other card just to play around.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I love you, Tim, but as you have to take some risks, I think. Like
I don't know. I'm definitely a little scared here, but it's when you got the combo, you know, the blood flowing, you're ready to go.
Like Tim was like, I don't want to give anything. Oh, stand by.
Sure. No fun committee.
Okay, so you can like this during your main phase, sure.
Alright, it'd be sick.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
I like normaling Sangan here. I know it's like risking the torrential, but
yeah,
it's okay. I would just rather put him on a 2-turn clock than a 3-turn clock.
I'm with you. Let's attack this way.
Yeah. Sure. All right. So yeah, worst case scenario, I guess, is like his own Vanity's Fiend, but
Yeah, we're about to main phase 2 1-for-1 now. There's no way I'm passing with this field.
right.
And we get a search. So I honestly wish we put in 1 Crow. I'm not thinking all the way, but knowing that your deck plays Sangan, I'm like, oh, like having a searchable Crow right here is actually so good.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
in this scenario, it's like actually really fucking good.
I agree. As someone who's played Hero Frog, like when I played Hero Frog, I loved it when people sided Crow against.
Same. I typically do. I'm with you like 100%. But I think having the option, because sometimes Hero Frogs does get put in a place where they have the Miracle Fusion and just pray that there's no Crow. Like they don't have the double water, double hero setup. And if they have Crow right there, it's like, God damn, I just burned a Miracle on nothing.
Right. I'm down to thin the uni here.
Yeah,
as well.
definitely that card's going. That card can kick rocks. All right. I think we're going full dupe block here.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to leave the sub up, and also we already have Kai's to like convert our Treeborn.
Yeah.
If I saw like Substitute as like our win condition, where like maybe we had a hand of 2 bricks, sometimes I'll consider like leaving up soft lock in the mirror.
Yeah.
But if we already have a solid play, oh, did we not add off Sangan?
Oh.
Yeah, we're getting junk.
Yeah.
Sweet.
No. You can check log. We were talking.
Okay. Yeah, now we're in a really good spot.
All right. Yeah, this is what happens when you're talking though and explaining things and just like conversing during a duel, which you never have to do in a real duel, only on Dueling Book.
Yep.
Anyway, though, so the junk makes me feel very comfortable about our spot.
Right? Like,
we have multiple threats now.
It's gonna be game sometimes, like not next turn, but maybe in 2 turns. Like it's just so much pressure in the hand.
He needs to make a play that's really like makes progress here too, because the junk synchron in this open game state where we're just kind of like chilling is really bad for him.
Yep.
Like I do like that your deck has that inevitability where if they don't play the game, junk synchron, bring back swap, attack, bounce, and then next turn threaten to do it again, or next turn threaten to junk warrior. This is perfect. This plays into Archias. So we're not getting Miracle Fusion.
Yeah, like at all this game.
So what are we bringing back?
There's no huge benefit to uni, but we already have a swap. I'm fine with getting it.
Just to like, because it psychologically makes him not want to put a back row out.
Right. Maybe he has like some bricked AOE that he would otherwise set as a bluff or something.
Right. Okay.
Okay. That's not quite game, unfortunately, without the Rye Break set. I am happy with. Okay, let's think. I can summon a 4300 with 1 swap frog on board. Yeah, that's not game. Okay. I don't really like to I don't really like Goyo-ing here, even though like it gives you an extra body. I just like get slightly worried about like getting punished by like a Breenac line with like a. I don't actually. He doesn't play Junk Singer.
No, they don't play that. List. Yeah, the only thing that we can get punished by is like Absolute Zero, I guess. It's not that big of a punish, but like he needs to burst out Absolute Zero right now. So we could go Goyo and set Regeki Break, or we can go.
I kind of like Caius and summoning the Swap Frog, putting him down ideally to 200.
Okay, that's really good, and then you mount it.
Right.
You want to do that?
The only issue is that it like doesn't leave you with a good discard for Rye Break, but I don't really care if we're putting him at 200.
Yeah. We could also, right. So we could put him really low. Do you think he has any merit to playing around Gores? Because like he just might not have it, but it's something to consider right now.
Yeah, so I think if we leave the junk, then we always have like a solid play into Gores.
Right.
Really, if we leave the Caius too. But I think, yeah, Caiusing for me seems pretty good here.
All right, I'm doing it.
And yeah, I kind of do like the opportunity to put him down to 200 here.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna check graveyards and everything. Yeah, so he has Regeki Break, Dust Tornado. It's so annoying that he sided in Dust Tornado against you. Like, he really knows. He knows.
Yep. Yeah, and that is unfortunately like something that's probably, it's like more common the further in the tournament that I get.
Right.
Like there were definitely more Dust Tornadoes in the later rounds. But there's some like mind games that you can do with that too. Like your deck can side out some of the offering stuff if you know that they're siding in like multiple Dust Tornadoes. Just leave them with dead cards.
Yeah. All right. So we're bouncing this.
Yeah, like yeah, I think so. Like we aren't leaving ourselves with a good discard is like the worst part of it, but
thinking because we can get Vanity's Fiend back.
Right, that's the scariest is Vandy's. Would he have brain controlled the previous turn? He probably didn't need to. Like when he had double dupe up.
Yeah. Like we haven't ruled out Vanity's being a card, and he plays back or removal like a lot of it.
But we don't have to worry about BrainCon because he's at 200.
Yeah, BrainCon's off the table. We can just bounce our Swap Frog and then just set Regeki Break, and it's really hard for him to like deal.
Yeah, I think it is comforting to like have that solid discard and leave up the 2400. It's like slightly worse into, I guess, just like setting a monster like that we would want to Caius.
Yeah, well, we have Junk Sticker on follow up.
Right. Yeah, all right. Let's bounce swap.
All right.
I was just thinking like Vanities isn't a huge issue if it's not like Brain Vanities, which he can't activate.
Right. Well, that's why Vanities is a huge issue if we leave up a Swap Frog and we bounce up to Caius though. That's my fear is the initial play is bounce up Caius because obviously he's at 200. We could just Caius him for game. I get that, but things can go terribly wrong if he just resolves the Vanity's Fiend, and now Regeki Break gets hit before he resolves it because he's MSTing us, Dust Tornadoing us, and all this other shit. I almost want to like if I left Swap Frog up, I would want to not set Regeki Break. As weird as that sounds, I want to just pass with the Swap Frog. That way, the Regeki Break can be set if he goes Vanity's Fiend. I don't want to set it before he goes Vanity's Fiend, just in case he has MST or like Heavy Storm or something like that.
Yeah, that makes some sense.
Yeah,
I think people are probably just pretty used to like in the mirror, like bouncing your Monarchs a lot.
Yes.
You don't want those to get Monarched right back. But yeah, I think this is a good spot where you don't need to bounce it.
Yeah, and I think he's playing Dupless too, so like this is not going to do anything. Cryo bounce.
What are you doing here? Did he side in a dupe or something?
Yeah, is he about to special summon? Yep. Okay, Miracle Fusion is happening.
Sure. And we don't even need to try break the Ab-Zero here a lot of the time.
There's a substitute in attack mode, and you play Flamvar Curzius? Do you play that?
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to draw Miracle Fusion.
Not even my extra deck. I love Eriquizis.
I don't think he I want to say I don't think he has Miracle Fusion. I think he's looking for Miracle Fusion right now.
He's trying to sack us.
That's fine. I get it. You have to play like I want to watch the replay. I don't think he had the Miracle Fusion. I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
My problem is still like this substitute needs to get off the field. I guess he still has frogs in deck. He has swap frogs and shit, or a swap frog maybe.
Yeah, there's nothing that we lose to here. Like,
Right.
yeah, okay. I guess he's gonna bounce so that we can't attack over anything.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We just ride break and win.
So we take 11.
Yep. Unfortunate, he had that dust tornado. We were ready to go.
Yep.
We had the spear. We had the Sangan axis.
Our opening hand was so outrageous.
Yeah.
All right.
We were gonna put up like 13,000 damage there easily.
We also just made Yugioh Guardian here and attack for game.
Yep. Yeah, it's only risky into Crow, right? He would have had to top deck it. Or does he have 2 swaps?
He has 2 swaps in hand.
Both swaps. Okay, yeah, we win.
Yeah.
Sweet.
GG. All right, I'm going to check the replay real quick. And then that was a perfect teach me how to cook. I mean, we didn't get to do ultimate offering stuff because we just unfortunately ran into like Lightsworn where we never drew it. And then a Hero Frog player who is seeing our hand every single turn of the game.
Yeah. If he doesn't side in dust there, he's going to cook a lot of the time, unfortunately. Yep. Like, if you're playing a frog deck and you're asking your opponent to side in dust tornado, like, that's crazy. We have so many other ways to deal with it between dust tornado, breaker, monarchs, King Frog.
It is actually crazy that he had to side in dust tornado against this deck. Like, I do think that there's a lot of merit to the fact that you can confuse your opponent by just siding out ultimate offering and then dust tornado becomes so ass.
Yeah. And I've done the reverse too. I've played decks where you start with no traps and then you side in offering after they side out, and that's too heavy. Like,
right. That's also an idea, yeah. So he ended up having his own gores.
Yeah, so this Aoi card is pretty interesting. I played it in my Deck Devastators list that I talked with. I played 2. And I played like a more passive friendly, like Soul Exchange.
Right.
And I think it's like really good. I also like the fact that you can just like junk synchron, bring back a swap frog, bounce your junk synchron, and you already have your tribute fodder.
Yeah, I think in junk, if you're playing multiple copies of junk, Aoi is so good. Like, actually. Now I'm drawing 2 of them.
I know, kind of ridiculous, but it was fine.
Yeah, our hand was so unplayable this game that I was like, it's kind of laughable that you're gonna just see how bad my hand is.
Yeah, I think like the issue that I was finding with Aoi is that like my Treeborn access is slightly less reliable than other decks, and B, I like really want my swap frogs in hand because they're just like super valuable. I don't really want to just be triggering them off for free.
Right.
But I think if you play the right list with like maybe multiple salvages where you can bring back those swaps if you need, and you can use those salvages to like buff up your junk warriors, like there's a lot of flexibility that you can bring with this deck, and I think there's a lot of people that could hook this up to a better list in like less than a month than I have in like over a year of working on this set. Yeah, I think the core engine is only like the frogs, monarchs, and then like you probably only need maybe 1 sphere. You don't really need the full playset. I just do it because that is my approach for deck dev. Like, and yeah.
How annoying. He really opened up Dust Tornado, Raigeki Break. I'm just mad when my opponent has cards to play.
Right?
Like, why do you have cards?
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to like quickly hear some stuff that you can do if we did resolve sphere offering. Just
okay.
In terms of like some of the basic lines. Would you rather me just tell you or show you on like a solo mode? What's easier for you?
Okay, yeah, we can do solo mode. I'm just gonna see the end of this real quick and then we can do that. So he already had the miracle, so I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
He did have the miracle here.
Yeah, I think putting him low is definitely helpful. Going was probably either way, but
no, Dust Tornado, nice.
Yep, that was not quite good enough.
Yeah, the bad thing for him is that, okay, so Dust Tornado sucks, and if I didn't have this Raigeki Break, I'm still going for Goyo attack for game anyway. Like,
Right.
like I'm still going for it. So you die to that no matter what. Drawing Raigeki Break of all cards, or drawing Dust Tornado of all cards.
All right, so let's just get a Swap Frog and a Sphere of Chaos.
Yep.
And an ultimate off. That's all we need. And yeah, the rest can all be gone.
All right.
All right.
And I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a Tree Burn in the grave. Just say that like Tree Burn was in the grave from turn 1, just going this or something. All right. So here we go. So
yeah, even if you didn't have Substone here, let's say we just have Swap Sphere.
Okay.
You can go. This is already. And by the way, we don't even need Swap in hand. It could be in graveyard right now. We just need some monster to tribute for Sphere.
Gotcha.
As long as Swap's in hand, field, or grave, we're good. So Sphere on its own with offering is Colossal Arming Arm with only like 2k, 2500 life that you have to spend.
Oh,
by going
what?
normal swap. Yep. Yeah, you can send a swap. Read the swap for Sphere. Get junk. And normal junk. Get back swap. And then you can bounce the Sphere.
Oh, this is spicy. This motherfucker is not once per turn, of
swap.
course. Tribute the swap.
Right. Yep, tribute the swap for Sphere. And so if we didn't have the Treeborn in there, we would have just used our first swap to send a Treeborn.
Gotcha.
But, yep, so we're getting another junk. And you can see where this is going.
This is gross.
Yep. Right, you have your 8 here and you have your 4. That's just the one Sphere.
And
you're not spending that. Right, you just summon Treeborn back.
Yep.
And you have your 8 and 4. You're not spending a ton of life points. That's just one option.
That is silly. That is so silly.
Yep.
All right, so that's one option. All right, so that was cool.
If we go back to that initial setup.
Okay.
So if we go normal swap, then swap. Yep. Side for Sphere, junk, and all the normal stuff. Then yeah, you're just gonna junk to get 3 swaps, but one of them you're gonna have to bounce to send another.
So how do we do this? I'm using swap right here to bounce.
Bounce swap.
Oh, bounce the swap itself?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We're just gonna do it so that we can get that 3rd swap engrave here.
So then ultimate offering, summon it again.
Yep.
And you say you want the 3rd swap in the grave. Yep, so okay.
Bounce junk. Normal junk. And yeah, you're gonna use that to bounce junk.
Oops.
Else you don't even need to. Then we can bounce Sphere.
Oh my god. This is so dumb.
Make a 4300 junk warrior.
So synchro here?
Yep. So
All right.
4300.
Oh, this is so gross. All right, 4300.
Yep.
Tribute.
Sphere. Get another junk.
This
And
is so funny.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. And then here, there's a bunch of different ways you can go after you normal junk and special swap. So you can like bounce Sphere and go for Sangan and get Substone access, and you can pretty much go like Stardust plus gain, not through Gores. But if they do have Gores, then you get to end on Subdupe Dupe. So it's like Subdupe Dupe Stardust. which is a pretty nasty end board.
Yep.
But if you're trying to like maximize damage, then you're just gonna bounce Sphere, go for a 3300 Junk Warrior.
Oh, you play multiple. Oh, you do play multiple in this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this is like if you, let's say, used a couple upstarts or whatever, and they're like really high on life.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is already 76, 86.
Right. And you can just keep going with the third junk, you know?
Yep, you could do this.
And like all this time, like there's so much flexibility, right? Because if you imagine you had one mark in your hand,
Yes.
okay, now you can use that as channeling to multiple different points, and you're gonna be able to loop it as well. So it's like you can Caius up to like 4 times as part of this combo.
Yeah, you can just do any number of things. This is really broken, and this is just like the tip of the iceberg. You can just do any number of freestyling.
Right. And that it also like works on some of your technical play stuff like this, because like this is something that yes, like Gigavise and Forgs, they can do some very insane stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of very repetitive lines, right? Like
Yep.
it's a lot of, you know, all right, I'm gonna make my Giga plan, I'm gonna equip it, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
There's like, okay, I have 18 different lines that I'm thinking of for how each card in my hand is going to get involved in my combo. And again, as you said, this is only a tip of the iceberg. Like there are so many different lines that you can imagine that Sangan would result in.
Yeah.
Like having Sangan as a combo piece, I think is just like super unique for this deck. Yeah.
It's broken. Well, thank you so much, Tim, for stopping by the channel. I appreciate you a lot. Also, you have a YouTube channel now, right?
Yeah. I just started one up. It's Ooga Booga Edison. Feel free to check it out. I'll be putting some nice combo videos. There'll be some puzzles similar to like if you've seen what Sunny posted with the Junk Synchron video some time ago. I'm pretty much going to start doing that with some offering lines like, okay, your opponent has Bottomless, Torrential, Gores in hand, Mirror Force. Play through it all. Like, let's combo through their whole back row and have game through Gores, because this deck can do it. Like, it is just super fun and unique, and that's the best compliment I can give it. I'm not going to try to tell you that it's the best deck in the format, because it's not. But it is like something that is super fun to play, and I'd recommend it for any Frog player that just wants to mess around.
Yeah, no, this deck is really fun. I had a lot of fun playing it. We won both our sets. And yeah, I think that maybe people can take it and change it around, maybe figure some other things out, make recommendations. But let us know what you guys think in the comments about this Ultimate Offering Junk Frogs. It's pretty broken, as you guys can see, if you resolve it. And the scary part is we didn't get to like Ultimate Offering, but we still won against both the decks we played against. And that just shows you that like the deck can duel without doing its main thing. It's not just like a one-trick pony where all it can do is Ultimate Offering. Like even if you don't Ultimate Offering, you could just Spirit Chaos. The turn where he summoned Stratos and passed with no back row, and we have like Caius, and then we get the tribute for Sphere Chaos that turn. That's so good to have like follow-up to that field, like attack, and I have a Junk Synchron coming next turn, so no matter what you do, I already have an out to whatever your play is. Whether your play is a Caius yourself, a Absolute Zero, whatever it is, I just searched the out to it no matter what. So like I love that about this deck. And I didn't realize that Sphere of Chaos was a 5-star. So when you were saying like, oh, you make Stardust and stuff like that, I was like, oh shit, this thing is a 5-star. So it combos perfectly with Junk Synchron. Like I always had it in my head that it was 6 for some reason. It being 5 is so good.
Yep, Dark End Dragon, another card you can make with it. But yeah.
Yeah, see that
cool stuff.
The combos are endless, bro. I was staring at the Dark End Dragon in the extra deck, and I was like, how is he making that? And then I didn't realize that like Sphere Chaos literally just makes it with that and Junk. So good. I'm a big fan of this. This is definitely a deck that I'll probably play on ladder just for funsies. Maybe I'll do my own Master Disaster episode with me and Kenny, and I'll try to play it without the help of the god yourself. But again, thank you for stopping by the channel. We'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.